Open Tally Prime, and from here first we need to open balance sheet. So from gateway of Tally we will press B so that balance sheet can be open and we can see the liabilities of our taxes. So from gateway of Tally, open the balance sheet. Click on go to option and now you can open balance sheet from here and click on current liabilities and duties and taxes. Now you can see there is a input CGST and input SGST is showing debit side and output CGST and output SGST is showing credit side. Our input GST tax amount is more than output tax amount. For maintaining proper accounting, we need to adjust this entry every month. At the end of month, we pass GST adjustment entry for maintaining proper accounting so that output CGST and input CGST can be maintained in books. So here is input GST is more than output GST. You can use calculator in Tally Prime. Now you can see there is a 1,75,200. It's our input amount and our output amount is 1,12,447. It means there is no tax liability to paid. So this is a our input tax credit amount is more than output, so this will be carry forward for next month, and in next month we will purchase sale purchase, it will be adjusted in next month when we will pass GST adjustment entry in Tally Prime. So let's pass first GST adjustment entry. So from gateway of Tally, press V, select journal voucher and select end of the month date so that we can pass GST adjustment entry in Tally Prime. So first we need to adjust output our output taxes with input taxes. So one by one you have to select your output CGST, SGST and IGST. So output SGST, CGST, IGST will be debited. So output CGST amount was 56,223.75. So this amount will be debited. Again we will debit output SGST 56,223.75. So output CGST and SGST will be same amount, and if there is output IGST, so you have to also debited output IGST, but in our case there is no output IGST. Now we will adjust our output input GST with output GST. First we will adjust output CGST with input CGST. So select input CGST ledger from here and input CGST ledger will be credited with amount 56,223.75. As because in input CGST there is a more amount, so we can adjust 56,223.75. Now we will adjust output SGST with input SGST. Same amount will be credited. Now you can mention in narration this is a GST adjustment entry for the month of which month, you can mention in narration and save this entry. Now let me show you to open balance sheet so that we can see what is the impact of this entry in balance sheet. So I have opened. Now you can see in current liability there is showing only input CGST and input SGST. In debit side 45,752.56. This input, this ITC will be carry forward for the next month. In next month when you will be done sale and purchase, so that amount will be adjusted for the next month. So this is the consolidated entry. In one entry we have seen how we have to adjust output CGST SGST with input CGST SGST. If you want to pass single entry, if you are not comfortable with the consolidated entry, so you can pass single entry. I am telling you how you will be pass single entry. So let me delete the previous entry we recorded. So from here, by pressing Ctrl A, we will add voucher, and from the right hand side select journal voucher. And I'm showing you, if you want to uh, record single entry, like if you want to adjust output CGST with input CGST, so how you will be record entry. Output CGST amount was 56,223.75 will be debited, and input CGST will be credited with the same amount. So here we are adjusting output CGST with input CGST. And in narration you can mention this is a GST adjustment entry for which month and save the entry. So this is a single entry. In this entry only we have adjusted output CGST with input CGST. So next entry we will pass same voucher, select journal voucher, change the date. Now we will adjust output as GST with input as GST. So output as GST will be debited with 56,223.75 and input as GST will be credited with the same amount. So this is a single entry we pass. If you are comfortable, you can record in consolidated entry. If you are comfortable, so you can record in single entry in Tally Prime as a Tally Prime. And we will see from here different kind of salary ledger creation in Tally Prime. So I have already created all those ledger. I will show you how you will be create in Tally Prime. So I have click on alter and then click on ledger option, and from here first we will create salary expenses ledger. This is a common ledger. If in your company there is so many staff and you want to book their salary in one common ledger, so you can create this common ledger by name of salary expenses ledger, and group you have to select indirect expenses. Why indirect expenses? As because company gives salary to their employees, so this is a directly indirectly expenses for their business. So save this ledger. Second ledger we will create advance salary account. If in your company any employee takes advance, so for booking and for maintaining properly salary account of the employees, so you also need to book their advances they have taken. So for booking advance salary we will need this ledger. So you have to create this ledger advance salary account under group loan and advances. This entry will show you in balance sheet inside of assets. So by pressing Ctrl A, you have to save this ledger. Third ledger we are going to create Suman salary account. If you want to create your employees salary account by their name, if there is a 10 or 5-10 employees in your company, and if you want to create salary account ledger for of their name, so you can also create and maintain their salary account. Next ledger we will create of salary payable expenses ledger, and this ledger used for booking employees salary for every month. If you want to pass journal provisional entry for salary, and if you want to book your employees salary in every month at the end of month, so you need to create this ledger salary payable expenses. Under group you can select provision or you can select current liability. This is a current liability for business for employer. So if you want to see this entry in balance sheet, so you can go to balance sheet and you will see this entry in liability side under current liabilities. So this is a ledger we have discussed in this video. So you can